What does Bunnings, Kmart and Amazon all have in common? If you're not from Australia, Kmart is like Target or Walmart, and Bunnings is like Home Depot. And Bunnings is where you can get the famous sausage sizzle. Looks pretty good, right? Over the last few years, we have been shooting more and more film. However, we always found the lab scans to be a bit hit and miss. Sometimes they would look great, and other times they would just feel off. We really wanted to have a go at scanning our own film. We looked at professional scanning setups, but looking at the cost to get into these systems was more than we wanted to pay, especially considering we really just wanted to have a crack ourselves before spending too much money. So we set out to see if we could get the same results by building our own setup. To make this work, we had two strict rules for the build: don't spend too much money and no heavy power tools. After watching a couple of YouTube videos, we landed on this DIY build from a creator called Alexander Matragos. So we had to source some materials for our build, and this is where Bunnings comes in. The goal here was to find something heavy enough to hold a Sony a7 IV, but simple enough that we didn't need a workshop to assemble it. We needed to track down some galvanized pipe that Alexander used in his scanning setup, as well as some timber to use as a base. After wandering the aisles of Bunnings, we found our first piece of the puzzle. This galvanized pipe is going to be one of the main parts of the DIY copy stand and where we will mount our camera. We also grabbed a flange so that we could attach the pipe to the base and an end cap, just to finish off the top of the pipe nicely. We then went searching for a timber base for the copy stand. There were plenty of options for timber, but because we had minimal tools, we needed to find timber that would work without needing to be cut. With no real good options at Bunnings, we decided to check out another store. But before we left, we grabbed some non-slip mat and some black spray paint so we could paint the steel pipe. Next stop was Kmart in search of a wooden chopping board. We thought this would be a great pre-cut option as our base. Again, there were many options to choose from, but we ended up choosing this wooden chopping board. Now that we had the two main components of our copy stand, we needed a way to mount the camera to the stand itself. So we took to Amazon to find the parts we needed. In Alexander's build, he used a super clamp and a tripod head. So we found this super clamp by Small Rig. I also noticed this macro slider, which I thought might help with making fine adjustments of the camera. Like when changing between 35mm and 120, we would need to change the height of the camera. So we added those two items to our Amazon cart and moved on to the next item on our list. We knew we needed some kind of film holder to keep our film flat while scanning, and we already knew of some brands that make these, but we wanted to find a cheaper alternative. Looking on Etsy, we found this 3D printed film scanning kit from a seller called Hummer Prints. The kit included the CineStill CS Lite light source, a film mask for 35mm that could allow for sprocket holes to be scanned as well. It also had the option to add on a medium format mask, so we opted for the 6x6 mask so we could scan film from our TLR medium format camera, which shoots square images. This whole kit was affordably priced, so we placed our order. It looks like they have updated the build of this kit, so this specific model is no longer available. A few days after placing our order on Amazon, our items arrived, with the scanning kit taking a couple of weeks to arrive from overseas. We unboxed everything and got to work on putting all the pieces together. We started by figuring out the best placement for the post of our copy stand and marking out where it would go. We used both screws and washers to make sure the metal pipe would be secure to the base and screwed it in place. Next was attaching the super clamp and the macro slider, and it started to look like a film scanning setup. We added a bit of non-slip mat underneath the wooden board so it wouldn't slide around. We then mounted our Sony a7 IV with a Sony 90mm f2.8 macro lens onto the macro slider and locked it into position. Piecing together the film holder and mask along with the light source was a pretty easy process. We now had a securely mounted camera and scanning setup all ready to go, and were excited to test it out straight away. With this DIY build, we knew we wanted to use Negative Lab Pro as our scanning software, so we downloaded a free trial and started messing around with it. We still have a lot to learn when it comes to camera scanning, but we're excited to learn and experiment with our own film scanning. As we are still new to all of this, we won't go into too much detail around the process of camera scanning just yet, But if you want us to make a follow-up video, let us know in the comments. It turns out Bunnings, Kmart and Amazon all have one thing in common. They just saved us over $1,000. I'll leave the full price list with links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll love this video next. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.